my goodness. And there it is. Wow, get the pin to go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to BowlTV.com for the pregame show before the stepladder finals at the 2021 U.S. Women's Open. The stepladder is going to be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network. 5 players making it to the finals here, all on a quest for the coveted green jacket, the major championship, and of course the $100,000 top prize. My name is Aaron Smith with Bowl TV, and we've been bringing you the action throughout qualifying, throughout match play. And we're just 45 minutes away, essentially, from showtime and everything getting underway at Double Decker Lanes in Rohnert Park, California. A phenomenal top 5 heading into the stepladder tonight. Our opening match is going to be Diana Zavyalova taking on Stephanie Zavala. The winner of that is going to take on Shannon Pluhowski. Waiting in the semifinals from Singapore, Sherry Tan. And then waiting as the top overall seed, earning it in the position round yesterday in the final game, Josie Barnes, looking for her first major championship. So it's a phenomenal show coming up here. Obviously, the talk of the town all week has been the prize fund. $100,000 for first, a record-setting day in the professional for the PWBA, which is absolutely humongous. But this is a major championship. This is the U.S. Women's Open. Folks have been trying for this title their entire lives. All the work, all the effort they put in is coming up to this moment right here. So we're going to be talking to a couple of the players here in just a couple of moments prior to getting on the set, getting ready for the CBS Sports Network show. But before we do that, we're going to bring in Matt Cannizzaro, who's joining me here from the Bowl TV studio in Arlington, Texas. And then we'll head out and we'll join Curtis Von Kruger with a couple players as well. Matt, welcome back to Bowl TV.
Thank you. I've been here. I swear I've been around behind the scenes doing what I do, doing my things, but you're throwing around those special magic words, coveted and iconic and major and all the things that make this so exciting. And looking forward to the next 25 or so minutes, and then we'll get settled in for the TV show as well and see some history unfold.
That's true. We're going to be handing the show off to Dave Ryan and Kelly Kulick on the call on CBS Sports Network. So you'll definitely want to check that out. We've had Kelly on here a couple times on Bowl TV as well for a few stepladder finals, and she's been fantastic. So she's going to bring that energy along with Dave to the show in just a little bit. Curtis Von Kruger is on site at Double Decker Lanes. He's going to be bringing in a couple of players here. We'll get a quick chat with Curtis as he's, I believe Stephanie Zavala is going to be our first guest to join us here. Stephanie, obviously in the Rookie of the Year race, she's leading the way. She's collected 2 wins already this season, making her 4th championship round appearance, but first time at a major here, first time bowling the U.S. Women's Open, having a phenomenal run to get into this position. And of course, the dramatics in the position round. 1 pin behind Shannon O'Keefe, had to beat Shannon in a head-to-head match to earn her spot here, was able to get the job done with some clutch strikes down the stretch. And Matt, we got Stephanie standing by with Curtis. So let's bring him in. Curtis, take it away.
Oh my gosh, guys, the energy is palpable. I've been to a few shows in my life, but this one feels a little different. A lot on the stake. I have Stephanie Zavala here having what we might call a dream rookie season. You find yourself in here for the big one. Last night, let's talk about last night. You're in the position round. You were in second place. You fell down. You were out of the show. You were in the show, out of the show. Then you find yourself against the 2-time reigning player of the year, Shannon O'Keefe. It's win and you're in. Tell me what was going through your head at that time.
To be honest, it's all really just a blur. I mean, I was out, I was in, like you said, and going into that last match, having lost to her a few matches previous, I just had to go out there, keep my head on as straight as possible, as cliche as that sounds, and just trust myself that I know what I'm doing out there.
Now, it was a really close match, some opens back and forth. You had an opportunity to get things done. She had an opportunity to get things done. But when it all came down to it, you had to throw one in the 9th and 10th to get it done. Tell me what your thoughts were stepping up into that 10th frame, bowling probably one of the biggest shots of your life.
My thoughts were, damn, this ball change better be right, because if not, I'm not going to be happy tonight. But you know what? Just step up, clear your mind. And like I said, I'm here for a reason. Go out there, make as best shot as you can. And it worked out okay.
Absolutely. So now you find yourself on the show in the 5 seed. What is your game plan kind of heading in? You're going to be bowling Diana Zavjalova first. She had a wonderful run in match play, went 7-1 in her final round to make it to that 4 seed. What's your strategy facing off against her?
Yeah, my strategy really just keep it slow, keep it logged, keep it dialed in. You know, I can't control what she does. All I can do is control what's happening between my ears and just what I'm doing at the foul line.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Our leading contender for the Rookie of the Year race took a little bit of a different line to the pocket than most people did. What did you see inside as opposed to everybody really kind of firing it on the outside?
Yeah, it was really weird. You know, with my revert, I was able to kind of just keep it nice and tight, closer to the pocket, get a little bump off of what they were doing. But, you know, surprisingly so, that last round of match play, we balled down, jumped away right, and that seemed to work out best. So we'll see what I do in the show, because I'm not sure yet.
Well, folks, it's wonderful to speak with you, Stephanie. And obviously, the best of luck on the show. This is a big one. Enjoy the moment, because it goes fast. Back to you guys.
Curtis, thank you so much, and we'll be catching up with you soon. Stephanie, good luck as well out there. All right, Stephanie Zavala, 2 wins. She won in her 3rd event, and then came back 2 events later, won in her 5th event as a PWBA Tour member, first winning at the Greater Cleveland Open, and followed that up with a win at the PWBA BVL Open, where she actually just kind of ran away from everybody. We've talked a lot about her unique ball roll and how she's able to kind of create a shape that's a little bit different than everybody else. But Matt, just talk about such an impressive rookie campaign so far this year.
Well, there certainly is a confidence there, and she's put in the work and done the stepping stones, right? We talk about those quite a bit, and has worked up to this level. I think one of my favorite things in talking to her this week too is that she's in the Pacific time zone for the first time, possibly the second. So she doesn't have to worry about any of that, which is it was an interesting thought that she had. But she's less than 450 miles or so from home in Downey, California. So maybe hometown advantage, the hometown crowd coming to watch. Who knows? But definitely comfortable on the lanes, and to come out and win as early and as quickly as she did. Certainly, it wasn't a one and done, right? The flash in the pan, all the cliches that you can use. She came out, she did it again. She's been a contender for every event that I've been here in the front row for. So I think she's here to stay, and certainly definitely a great threat out there today.
In that opening match, she's going to be taking on Diana Zavjalova, the 4-time PWBA Tour champion, 2-time major winner with wins at the 2013 and 2017 Queens. She was close to making the show in 2019. She finished 6th at the U.S. Women's Open. And, she is the only player this season to make both championship round appearances at our major events. So made the top 5 at the Queens, finished 5th, and looking to improve upon that here at the U.S. Women's Open today. We're going to send it back to Curtis Von Kruger because he's hanging out with DZ right now. So Curtis, back to you.
Hey, folks, I have Diana Zavjalova here. She is hyped. She is ready to go. I am feeding off your energy right now. And all I have to say is, what an absolute impressive performance you put on yesterday, the final round of match play. You went 7-1. Mm-hmm. That's usually going to climb you up the leaderboard. Tell me what how you were feeling last night and the energy you had.
Well, the first 8 games, I only won 2 out of the 8, so I had to make up a lot of ground, so that's what I did. But I just told myself one shot at a time. I was literally standing there and saying one shot at a time, like the whole 8 games. Like I saw it in my nightmares yesterday. So that's all I did, and it worked.
You know, the U.S. Open, you have to keep that mentality. You got to focus on every shot. You are no stranger to making major shows. It seems like you bring your best game. 2-time winner at the Queens already in your career, looking to add the U.S. Open. What makes it so great bowling in majors, and why do you feel like you find success?
Well, the queens, I find success because it's head to head. It's, me against you on the same air, like, let's see who's better. And I like that mentality. US Open is just a grind. I bowled 56 games to get here, which is a lot of games in a very short amount of time. So the key was patience, which in general, I don't have very much of it. So I'm very, very proud how I performed this past week. I'm very proud of my mental game.
Speaking of your mental game, you have not been shy. You've been very transparent about the struggles you've experienced this season, the ups and downs, kind of disappointed. You've fallen short a couple of times trying to make those telecasts. How were you able to overcome that self-doubt, those inner demons, to put yourself in the position you are today?
Yeah, mental health is something that is not talked about enough. And I've been posting some stuff on social media about it, and I've been struggling. I've been in a very, very dark place, and I was very fortunate to have a very strong support system, and I got help and everything. And I'm just very proud to have beaten my demons yesterday, especially. So it just feels amazing and such a relief. So.
Thank you so much for your courage. I 100% agree with you. Mental health is something we need to talk more about. DZ, you're an inspiration to those around you. What would it feel like to take this title back to Latvia, to take it back to your home country? It's been 40 years since somebody a non-American has won this event. What would that feel like?
It would feel incredible, but if I do, when I win, I'm going to dedicate this to everybody who is struggling mentally, because I'm going to be hopefully I'm going to be a living proof that you can beat the demons and you can overcome anything. You cannot give up, and you have to keep going forward. So it would mean everything to me.
Well, I will say, regardless of the outcome, you're an inspiration. You've already beat the demons. You've proven you can do it. Just go out there and live this moment, because as you know, it goes really quick, and good luck out there as you face Stephanie Zavala in the first match.
Thank you.
All right, Diana Zavjalova, everybody. Great story, great inspiration, and she's going to be taking on Stephanie Zavala in that first opening match, head-to-head, toe-to-toe, in one of the most historic PWBA shows. Heck, let's call it the most historic PWBA show in history. We're ready. I hope you guys are ready.
All right. Thanks, Curtis. Thanks, DZ. We appreciate you. Appreciate the time. Appreciate the access. We'll have a few additional interviews coming up along the way. DZ likes match play. She likes head-to-head matches. She's mentioned that at the Queens. And another fun note this year, we've had two other events that have had 24 games of round-robin match play. The PWBA Hall of Fame Classic back in January, and the Bowl TV Classic earlier this month. DZ nearly made the show for both of those, finished sixth at both of them. So in a head-to-head situation, there's nobody tougher.
Aaron, sometimes you just thrive in certain situations and certain formats. And, for some players, it's the longer format. For others, it's the 3-game format. So to see what she's been able to do, and we've gotten to watch these players grow up, right? I think that's pretty neat for what our role is in this industry. 8 years ago, we watched Diana get it done at the Queens as a college student, right? And then you saw her find success with Weber International individually and with the team. And it feels like it was recently, but it was a long time ago. A lot of career in between. And we get to see the evolution of these players. And it's amazing. And we'll have that all the way throughout. Storylines is the storyline for tonight, for sure. There's so many things that we'll be able to talk about, that Kelly and David will be able to talk about. And, of course, when it's all said and done, what all this will mean to one very talented and I want to say lucky, but they certainly earned it, winner, when it's all over with.
Well, we're going to get back to the players in just a second here, Matt. But first, Curtis has grabbed our good friend Matt McNeil, Storm Ball rep out there, to get some insight on this 42-foot condition. So we'll throw it back to KVK with Matt McNeil.
Matt, now you've been around the action all week. You've been down in the trenches trying to help these players navigate these 4 different lane patterns. When it came to pattern 4, it was a different beast. Tell us why it was so difficult to play this lane pattern, and why the transitions were so difficult.
Well, I think at the start, the transitions were very hard because we had people playing all over different parts of the lanes. You had some players electing to play more in the track or just left of the track, and then you had players using lots of surface, trying to play out and up the lane. And I think a lot of the different play out there created some different transitions, and it was really lane to lane and pair to pair. Also, the topography here across the main 24 lanes that we used was very, very different. The low end of the lanes that were in play this week were cleaner front to back, and some of the left lanes were tighter for the right-handers. Some of the right lanes were tighter for the left-handers. As you got higher in that 24 bay, you saw earlier friction and even a little more hook in the body of the lane. So you had to adjust for that. So then players would either have to shell down or get a little further left and open up their angles. I think all of that combined, along with the challenging pattern, which, those 2-to-2 loads at the end of the pattern really make the lane very difficult front to back and minimizes the player's area of misroom as far as getting it off their hand or as far as their speed or as far as their launch angles. It's a true test. This is the true test, and the winner is going to be they deserve it. All these ladies are deserving, but whoever wins this tournament really deserves it because this was a big test of bowling right here.
Yeah, you got to be a true trooper. It's a constant mental grind, obviously, at this level of competition. Ultimately, we saw a lot of players get a lot of surface, move way, way right, and keep their angles really, really close down. Why did you feel like this was the strategy to attack this, that speed bump down lane, so to speak?
Well, the more surface you use, you get the ball to slow down closer to you, and you're less affected by those 2-to-2 loads at the end of the pattern. People who tried to play a little more skid flip, their balls were a lot more sensitive to that oil down lane. There's more oil down lane than there really is in the front part of the lane. Now, the trick is you had to put surface on the right types of covers and the right types of cores, because if you use too much surface on too strong of a ball, it's going to burn up at your feet and then go 60 feet. And as I always said, the mechanic might need to put on a catcher's mask.
Well, folks, always great to speak with you, Matt. Your technical knowledge is so great for the fans. They absolutely love it. What's your word of advice to these players as they go for one of the most historic television shows in bowling history?
Keep it really simple. Make great shots, read ball motion, talk positively to yourself, make your spares, and enjoy yourself out there, because this is could be a once in a lifetime opportunity. And thankfully we got more of these slated down the road, but you never know when that show is going to be your last show. So treat every moment like it was your last and give it all you got.
Absolutely. I love it. I love the phrase, be nice to yourself. You're going to have a positive mental attitude. Stay in the moment as you try to navigate this incredible field of bowlers, trying to step up that ladder and take home that $100,000 prize, fellas.
All right. Thanks, Curtis. Thank you, Matt, as well. As we get closer to the show, it's less than a half an hour away, CBS Sports Network. We do have some bowling going on. So with that, let's you guys don't want to see me. There we go. That's more like it. All right. So we see a couple of the players getting loose on the warm-up range behind lanes 45 and 46. I believe the TV show going to be on 27 and 28. So one of the pairs they got to see throughout the course of the week, Matt. The winner of our opening matchup, Stephanie Zavala versus Diana Zavyalova, is going to be taking on Shannon Pluhowski, the 21-time Team USA member, I believe. So she's been a part of Team USA forever, the 2006 USBC Queens champion. But you know what? She hasn't bowled as much as she has in some previous seasons. This is her 9th event. She bowled the Lucy earlier in August with Tommy Jones, finished 5th there, but didn't bowl the Summer Classic, didn't bowl the Spokane Open. So she's bowling a little bit less now, but she certainly took advantage of this opportunity here at the U.S. Women's Open.
Aaron, you mentioned Shannon's success at the Lucy and the Queens in 2006, of course, with Team USA. But arguably, one of the biggest surprises of the new PWBA tour is that Shannon Pluhowski has not yet found their winner's circle since the tour came back in 2015. So many close calls, including here at the U.S. Women's Open. What a performance that year, going from the 24th spot to the number 1 seed. At that time, a cluster of TV shows in one weekend, and the emotion of a heartbreaking loss in the championship match of that event. So close, but yet that was 4 years ago now, 5 years ago, and back with an opportunity Again, if you ask the trivia question, Shannon Pluhowski with just the one victory, very hard to believe. It's time. If she can get it all together. Of course, we had 3 lefties in the field this week. 2 of them are on the TV show. We'll see how they play off each other. And when we hear from Shannon, certainly a question to ask. How is one going to affect the other? And what was it like? Of course, with 2 squads, there was 2 on one on the other. Certainly something that came into play, but definitely looking forward to hearing more from her and then seeing what happens tonight as she goes for that first big major since 2006.
Well, Matt, I got good news for you. Curtis has her standing by and ready to go. So let's bring him in. Curtis.
I have Shannon Pluhowski here. She has qualified in 3rd place for this amazing show. Shannon, you've been close so many times on this tour, and I know you probably get tired of hearing about it. What do you feel like you have to do to break through and enter the winner's circle this week?
There's not a whole lot I can do different. I've bowled good on TV the last few times, just haven't been able to win. So hopefully the pins cooperate, and I got to make 10 good shots and see what happens.
Absolutely. Now, this is going to be a little bit of different for you because you have 2 lefties going to be on the show today. Does that affect your strategy kind of going into this thing? It's maybe force you to have some contingencies for this particular pattern today?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously there's a potential, but it hasn't really affected anything all week. We bowled 24 games of match play, and even the pairs we did follow each other didn't really have much of a difference. So we don't have really a different game plan, and we'll see what happens.
Now, obviously, you had some great news. You have recently just gotten married. How has that affected you this season, and what is it like to marry your wife and go through that experience?
It was fun. The day was hot, but it was fun. All of our friends were there, family, and it was just a great day. Now that it's over, things have been more relaxed. There's a lot leading up to it. We were bowling a lot right before, and so then we kind of had a break, and so things have been good. So it's my first show being married.
Obviously, this is a different type of tournament here, the U.S. Open. What do you feel like it takes to be successful on such a grind like the U.S. Open?
You have to be patient, and you have to know good games are going to come and bad games are going to come. And a couple years ago when I made the show, that's kind of the mindset I had, and I had the same mindset this week. Like, I knew I was going to bowl bad games. They were going to happen. I just had to rebound quickly, and I was able to do that and make the show.
What would it mean for you to put that green jacket on at the end of this week? You gotta, it's gotta creep in your mind. Obviously the $100,000 is great, but from what I've heard from players, it's really all about the green jacket.
It is. It's the title and the major. It'd be my second major. So, that's obviously something that you always dream of, but can't let that get in the way of making 10 great shots today and see what happens.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Shannon Pluhowski, thank you for spending some time with us. Congratulations on already making a show. And, of course, good luck to you as you face off with these great players this week.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Curtis. Thanks, Shannon. Shannon Pluhowski, the number 3 seed. So she's going to be in our second matchup today. And she's hoping to have an all-lefty face-off in the semifinal match, which would go back to the Storm Sacramento Open back in 2016 against Sherry Tan. Sherry, the 2-time PWBA Tour champion, who has won a major at the 2019 Players Championship on CBS Sports Network just 2 seasons ago, or technically last season, 2 years ago. But Sherry has been incredibly impressive throughout the course of this event. She grabbed the early lead in round number 1. Fell a little bit on the 40-foot flat condition, but she bounced back in a big way on the 46-foot pattern, reclaimed the lead, and then she fought on this 42-foot condition. There were certainly peaks and valleys along the way for her as the pattern. Once again, we mentioned only 2 lefties in the top 24, but she had ups, she had downs, but she made the shots when she needed them. She lost the top spot in that final game to Josie, but for competing for the first time in basically a year and a half, Team Singapore was not out there competing. A very impressive showing for Sherry, but something we've kind of grown to expect here on the PWBA Tour as well.
Well, of course. I mean, the talent level and the amount of preparation and hard work that goes into what these players do from Asia, Malaysia, Singapore, you name it, and what the value that they put on success. Even when not competing. They put in the work. They're ready for these events. Having Spokane as an opportunity to get back and get comfortable certainly worked out very well when we talked to Sherry earlier in the week. And then I think more impressive than how well she bowled at times was how she handled the times maybe that she didn't, because when it went bad, it was bad. There were some low numbers in there, but she had gotten enough when she could. But then she battled through whatever it was and then rebounded in such a way. And then to fall, at points, she was the leader through 4 of the 7 rounds, I believe, this week, and then fought her way back to make it onto the show and hold on there. So certainly very mentally challenging, as the players have all said, to be able to handle 56 games of a roller coaster. That's what it has been. Again, looking forward to hearing what she has to say about this experience.
We do have Sherry Tan ready to go with Curtis. Curtis, take it away.
I have Sherry Tan here. Great week so far, Sherry. This is the first time you guys have really been able to compete. You guys came out to Spokane, Team Singapore, really trying to gear up for Worlds. How does this help you as you kind of look forward to your other competition?
I mean, it definitely helps a lot because we haven't been competing for 1.5 years, and the field here is pretty much what's going to be at the Worlds. So I guess it's a pretty good standard and platform for us to get our gears going.
Absolutely. Now, you had some struggles. You came out to a big lead, and then you dropped a little bit. Then you came out to another big lead, ultimately landing in second place. How were you able to kind of battle those ups and downs to put yourself in this position?
I just kind of tell myself to stay in the present and take it one shot at a time and not focus on the past or what's going to happen in the future.
Absolutely. What would it mean to bring this title back to Singapore, back to your country? Obviously, it's been 40 years since a non-American has won this event. What would that mean to you?
It would be great and monumental because we haven't really done this before. So it would be great to set a precedence.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck as you compete this week, and have some fun out there on the show and enjoy it because it does go fast.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, Sherry. All right, Sherry Tan checking in as well. We've talked to 4 of the players. Only 1 left to go. Josie Barnes, our top overall seed. We'll see if we can get her for a couple of quick seconds prior to the players heading over to the TV pair. Once again, we are, Matt, we're less than 20 minutes away from the show. We're going to bring in Josie right now, and then we'll talk a little bit more about her run to the top seed here. But Curtis, we're throwing it back to you. Josie Barnes joining us here on Bowl TV.
Josie, what an incredible run you've made so far. Tell me how it was to kind of make this leap that you had in match play, and what kind of inspired you to make this run?
Yeah, as far as the leap, I wasn't trying to do anything special. Ultimately, I went into it knowing that scores wouldn't be outrageously high, but I wanted to keep the scores of my game within play. So, like my husband and I were talking about it last night. Like I had one game that Danielle shot 260 at me, and normally that would be frustrating because you're like, oh shoot, like I've lost by quite a few and I lose a 30. But for me, seeing the scoring pace, I kind of went in with this mindset of if I can keep my scores between 190 and 220, I think I'm going to be okay. And so that's kind of where my head was at the whole time.
Obviously, consistency, a really important thing. How was it to have your husband out here kind of as a support structure to help you get through the mental grind that is the U.S. Open?
Yeah, so he actually didn't come in till the last 2 games last night. And so, it wasn't a surprise. He knows I don't like surprises. So he did message me at the halfway point yesterday and just said, hey, I just want you to know that I'm on a plane, regardless of how this goes. And so, I have a fantastic support system. My husband, my family back home, they're taking care of Lisa Ruth today. So it makes it a little easier to be out here and away from them.
Now, it's been since 2009 that you've stepped into the winner's circle, or 2019, excuse me. Yes, 2019. And you beat Sherry Tan to get there. What would it be like to enter the winner's circle, especially at such a historic event like the U.S. Open?
Yeah, I actually joked about it with my husband last night. I said, I really like Sherry. I was like, but we keep meeting like this, and I hope she doesn't hate me for it, because I do really like Sherry. I'm really not trying to think about the big thing at the end because I think it can become overwhelming. So for me, the 2 important keys are just to enjoy the moment, and I'm really not trying to be anything other than myself, and not try to make it too big or too special. I want to be as normal as I can be.
Well, you've definitely kept a level head throughout this competition. Congratulations on already a historic achievement here. And we wish you the best of luck as you go to try to win that $100,000, ladies and gentlemen. Historic prize fund, historic event. Thank you so much, Josie Barnes. We appreciate your time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josie. Thanks, Curtis. All right. We just got to talk to all 5 players. Well, technically Curtis did. He's the lucky one. He got to talk to him. We got to listen in though, folks. So that was the important part as we get ready for the show. Once again, we are 15 minutes away. It's flying by here. It looks like we're going to get let's bring Curtis back in one more time before we wrap up the show, get some final thoughts from a great week from him on the video side, on Bold TV as well. So Curtis, drop some final thoughts for us here before you get ready for the show.
You know what? I'm really impressed with the mental game of these competitors this week. You don't get it to this point without giving it your all, keeping focus for the entire tournament. Imagine what that is like. Putting every last ounce of focus into every shot you make. We're going to have DZ. Oh, guest appearance there by DZ. And so I have just been really impressed by the mental fortitude and perseverance that these players have shown. And it's going to be an incredible, incredible tournament. Like I said, the emotion, the energy, everything is palpable here right now as these players know this is the biggest moment of their career. And it's going to take one player to rise to the top, put that green jacket on, and hoist that trophy. And I cannot wait to see who it is.
Let's go, Curtis. Let's go. Let's get that energy up.
Come on. Let's go, Ron. Let's go.
All right, Curtis. Well, as we let you go and get ready for the show, just want to say thank you for a fantastic job all weekend, sir. Always enjoyed the opportunity to get to lace them up with you here on Bold TV. So we'll let you get that comfy seat all set to go. Enjoy the show. We're looking forward to watching it along with you on CBS Sports Network.
You guys are the Hall of Famers. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Curtis.
Thanks, Curtis.
All right, Curtis Von Kruger on site from Double Decker Lanes, Matt Cannizzaro. We're only going to be here for a couple more minutes, folks. So this is going to be our opportunity to kind of just wind down and just remember what a phenomenal event this has been so far. And we can't wait to see how this concludes on CBS Sports Network. Dave Ryan and Kelly Kulick going to be bringing you the action. We're going to have a full recap story available on bowl.com and PWBA.com a little bit later tonight. Of course, on social media as well. Follow the updates as we're going along. And folks, it's a live show. So if you write in the comments that you DVR'd it, I'm sorry, we're still going to post them. So just heads up, if you're planning to DVR and look later, don't go on social media. We'll be posting about it. But Matt, final thoughts before we sign off here. Fantastic Five heading into the show and the biggest stakes out there.
Well, the stakes, the energy is great. That's so important. And we're just tangled up in storylines. That's our favorite part. My favorite part for sure is telling the stories, the emotion. Hard not to get caught up in that, in knowing what this means to each of the players or what it potentially could mean beyond just the money, because they were excited. They were coming here regardless. That was an added bonus. Later, they would do absolutely anything to wear that green jacket, and looking forward to seeing that happen and just seeing the emotion just flow after 56 games and then the TV show and just when it's all done. And can't wait to hear more and see it happen and crown our next champion here.
Absolutely. And another player will add their lore or be added to the lore of the history of the U.S. Women's Open here in just the next couple of hours. Once again, that opening matchup, Diana Zavjalova taking on Stephanie Zavala. The winner is going to take on Shannon Bluchowski. The winner of that matchup is going to face Sherry Tan, and awaiting in the title match, Josie Barnes, the 3-time PWBA Tour champion, looking for her first major title. Folks, this has been a crazy, fun, exciting week for us here on Bold TV. You got the best in the business. Dave Ryan, Kelly Kulick going to be bringing you the action on CBS Sports Network. So we hope you enjoy the show. It's been just such an interesting tournament. Obviously, all the added excitement with adding CBS Sports Network at the last minute, the addition to the prize fund, the $100,000 on top. It's been really phenomenal, the excitement, the buzz for this event. And we're ready to see it come to fruition. So as we sign off here, we want to give a big thank you as always, to the USBC and BPAA and their board of directors for their continued support of the PWBA Tour and great short duration events like the U.S. Women's Open. Kegel is our official lane maintenance provider this week. Of course, the athletes for showing up in the biggest event of the year. 56 games, so challenging, so demanding, 4 different patterns. And you could see it at the end there. They were exhausted, but these 5 players have earned that spot. They have a chance at history coming up next. It's really phenomenal. Big thanks to all the folks who supported us on Bold TV throughout the week. And of course, the folks on site, Double Decker Lanes, Jim Decker and his whole crew for running a great event. Once again, very familiar host on the PWBA Tour. The PWBA and USBC short duration staff on site, the support here from the International Bowling Campus, and from the support on BoldTV.com. Curtis Von Kruger, who joined us here for the interviews. Great job by Curtis. Jason Thomas, Emil Williams Jr., and of course, Matt Cannizzaro on the stories all week. Some great stuff out there. Be sure to check it out, bold.com and PWBA.com. I'm Aaron Smith. We're signing off, folks. We will see you. We'll see you down this road in a little bit on Bold TV. Super Senior Classic and USBC Senior Masters next up on the schedule. But for now, sit back, get that popcorn ready. CBS Sports Network, the place to be for the finals of the 2021 U.S. Women's Open. We're going to go check it out now ourselves. So everybody enjoy the show. And remember, on Bold TV, bowling lives here. Have a great night.